Miss Turbulence is keeping rolling. From Success Counts, Happy Archer.
On the 21st of March 2011, at age 19, apprentice jockey Denise Lee reached an important milestone in her career when she won her first professional race ride.
Gonna win it comfortably by 5. Miss Turbulence wins easy.
My first win, that's one of the major ones. It was like the easiest ride I've ever had. Just had to jump and just show where the winning post was. And it built up my confidence.
Denise Lee is currently the only woman jockey race riding in South Africa. For Denise, bringing home Miss Turbulence at the Vaal for the Waiomoing stable was confirmation of her steadfast determination in pursuing her career choice in the face of considerable skepticism.
I never actually thought of being a jockey. That was like the last thing I would ever think of. But then my grandfather was reading the newspaper and there was like apprenticeship intakes and interviews and whatever, and then I asked him if it's possible, if I can just try it out, see if I like it, and then if I don't, I can always leave it. My mother wasn't happy at all. They're like, are you mad? Are you insane? Honestly, I think even now she's still a bit doubtful, but whatever makes me happy makes them happy, so they're fine with it.
Born on the 2nd of May 1991 and growing up in Extension 6 Ennerdale, Johannesburg, Denise is the youngest child in a family of 3 sons and 3 daughters. Currently in her 5th and final year at the Jockey Academy in Cape Town, like all apprentices, Denise started her career at the Summerveld Academy in KwaZulu-Natal back in 2009.
I was 18, so I was mature enough already. And I was quite excited, but I was scared at the same time as well, because I wasn't actually sure what I'm getting into. At first it was difficult, but then I thought, you know what, let's just bite the bullet for now and see what happens. And I did, and I enjoyed every single bit of it since then. In our first year, each and every apprentice gets their own horse. There's like your baby for that year. So you have to look after it, you have to nurture it, to make sure it's always well, clean its stable, feed it. So obviously you have to pick up the horse poo and the urine, clean out their water buckets, feed them. So in the morning, you feed, you mark out, then you go and ride. And then after that, you have to unsettle them, take them to the paddocks and let them, enjoy the rest of the day.
As an apprentice at the Academy in Cape Town, one of the most important activities of the day is riding work.
We would just wake up at like 5. We go to work at 4:30. We get to the tracks at 5:30. We start work, we ride work. First thing from Mr. Amdi and whoever else is there who work for everybody. It's very important, honestly speaking. It's like the most important part of racing because you get to know the horses. You ride different kinds of horses. Some of them get along, some of them don't. Because there's certain horses that you get along with, you have a certain bond. And you learn about each and everything they do, what they like, what they don't, which makes your job just much easier. And then after work, we go back to the academy, shower, eat, wash fittings, do whatever chores that needs to be done. Then at 2 o'clock, we go back to stables, see up with trainers with horses they are sick, lame, or whatever the case may be.
In Denise's intake, she was one of 4 young women.
It was myself, Estine, Rushka, and Tanya. The 4 of us, yeah. Estine and Rushka just decided that it's not for them. Tanya still stayed quite a while, and then she also just decided not. She doesn't want to do this anymore. There was times when you wake up and you think, I don't want to do this anymore. And you phone home and you're crying, Mommy, I want to come home, not ever. Even though they told you not to go there, they'll tell you, no, just keep it, because they could see you want to do it. I've been at the academy for 4.5 years, because that's the end of my last year. And I actually never had any problems with the academy. I enjoyed every single bit of it.
And Denise Lee's coming home quickly on Imogen. Arctic Bear's trying to fight back, but Imogen's going to come from last and win it. Imogen, Denise Lee gets up to it.
Continuing to enjoy back at the Vaal on the 6th of October 2011, Denise rides an accomplished double. First she brings home Imogen for the Leon Erasmus stable, and then follows up with McLean in the next race for the Louis Goosen yard. In the process, Denise notches up her 10th win, the second significant milestone in this apprentice phase of her career.
It's Denise Lee on McLean who picks up the lead for Louis Goosen, and McLean has gone on to beat Smart Girl.
For any young woman, a career as a jockey in South Africa is a difficult and courageous choice. But there was a time not too long ago when it was not even an option. when women were refused entry to the Jockey Academy of South Africa. One of the first courageous women to effectively break down the door when she was refused entry to the Summerveld Academy in 1985 was Lisa Prestwood.
I applied to go to the academy when I was 16. They turned me down because I was female. I decided to become an assistant trainer, which I did do. And when I was 25, I decided to go to New Zealand, where there was a loophole there, and they accepted girls into the academy. So I left here in 1995, went to New Zealand and got a jockey's license. New Zealand would send their apprentices around the world on transfer just to gain experience. So they sent me on loan to South Africa, and I came on loan here and I did very well.
In her first engagement as a jockey back in South Africa on the 3rd of August 1997 at Gosforth Park Race Course, Lisa Prestwood changed the course of history. Riding for the Buddy Maroon stable, she had 3 mounts for the day. On the first, Pumpkin Pie, Lisa went down a short head second. But with her next 2 rides, Lisa cleaned up. First with a win on Jordova.
And it's going to be number 6, Jordova and Lisa Prestwood. Atmore will run second, Beauty break in behind.
Followed up by another convincing win on Fov's favourite in the next.
Hacking in, and it's going to be number 10, Fov's favourite, another one for Lisa Prestwood. She wanted a short head from number 7. Noble Thatch, but it's very...
On the strength of her success, Lisa had her indentures transferred from New Zealand to South Africa and began what was to be an impressive career as a jockey in South Africa.
It was a huge feat because they'd known me as an assistant trainer in this country, and everyone thought a girl couldn't do it because girls hadn't raced here. It was just not known. And after doing that, it sort of really opened the door.
On Champions Day, 26th of April 2003, Lisa became the first woman jockey in South Africa to win a Grade 1 feature race when she took the Merchant's Handicap on the Buddy Maroon trained Elm Attack.
It's Elm Attack, the leader, 100 to go, and he's still flying, and the Merchants is Elm Attack. Elm Attack, a great horse. He's beaten into second, running on Sunman. All will be well in Hail Caesar, trying to fight out for other money.
But there was more to come. A month later, Lisa did it again when she took her second Grade 1 feature, the Golden Horse Sprint on the 1st of June 2003. Once more on the Buddy Maroon trained Elm Attack.
National currency, Elm Attack making a big race, gonna win it. Elm Attack gets up to beat National.
Riding at the top of her game, Lisa Prestwood had truly shown that she had what it takes to compete with the best.